we had no idea what we were putting together. There was nothing. We had no logos. We didn't have a marketing plan. We didn't have a social media presence. We didn't have a website. We did not have any sponsor recognition. We didn't have any collateral. We didn't have an app. I knew I was in desperate need for help. It's been amazing. If you look at everything that has come from this, it's all because of this relationship we have.
And you've taught us a few things along the way as well.
How ignorant we are in marketing.
No, not that. This project was something that Melanie decided that we wanted to take on as a pro bono project. Emily, what the heck does pro bono mean? Pro bono. It's a funny sounding word, but one that does get used every now and again in the professional world. But what exactly does it mean? And what's so pro about it? Today, Eddie Bell of the Springfield Rotary Club and Emily Bennett, our local account manager, join us to talk about our unique client-agency partnership, the nuances and benefits of pro bono work, and the importance of partnering to make an impact in our communities. We'll also learn about the annual must-taste event of the summer in Springfield, the Springfield Rotary Gourmet Food Truck Competition. That's all ahead on today's episode of Shooting the Shift. Hello, and welcome to Shooting the Shift, a venture here at Shiftology Communication, where our team of communication professionals take time to reflect, share, and provide insights into what we do every day to help our clients reach more, convince more, and win more. I'm Dan Toland, Director of Virtual Experiences here at Shiftology, and we're happy you've tuned into today's episode entitled The Pros of Pro Bono. Today, I am joined by Eddie Bell from the Springfield Rotary Club and our account manager, Emily Bennett, once again. Welcome to both of you. Thank you for joining us. Eddie, can you tell us who you are and your role at the Rotary?
I am Eddie Bell. Currently, my role in the Rotary is president. I'm soon to be, within 2 months, past president. So I will complete my term. I've been involved in Rotary I think I've been a member for probably 20 years. But really, the food truck competition, which started 11 years ago, was really where I got and dove into Rotary, and it's kind of where we established our relationship. So I've kind of graduated through the food truck competition and our work with you, and then got on the board and progressed through all the different roles.
Well, thank you. We look forward to talking to you today and kind of rehashing some of that relationship a little bit as we move along. Emily, would you like to introduce yourself as well in your role?
My name is Emily Bennett. I am an account manager with Shiftology. I've been here for almost 11 years full-time now, and I interned before that. So if we do have any local or community projects, those are normally assigned to me. I'm born and raised in Springfield, and so I definitely have a passion for our community and the work we do in it.
Eddie, you reached out to us. Gosh, it's been over a decade now, I think, and I've worked with you quite closely over the years, and so has Emily in many capacities as well. But let's go back about a decade when you reached out to us for help with a special project. Share what you're looking to do and why you reached out to Shiftology.
As a club, there's local projects and then there's Rotary International, but we have always had some pretty cool local projects and really cool local fundraisers. So we had one that was a Formula One race downtown that had gone on for years, and it was a great one. Then we had an amazing race, but those had kind of run their course, and so we were looking at a new fundraiser. And 11 years ago sounds kind of crazy, but food trucks were kind of in their infancy. There were food truck rallies, I guess you could say, but we were looking at a way of doing it in more of a competition format so we could attract higher quality food trucks to this unknown commodity, which was the Springfield Rotary Gourmet Food Truck Competition. The idea was to do it in a competition format, so to award prize money to the food trucks, maybe be able to get the community to kind of get involved in this whole competition and then really bring a good quality event to Springfield. But we had no idea what we were putting together. This was just an idea. Somehow, which is not my background, I got put in charge of kind of the marketing avenue of it. And I knew I was in desperate need for help. I know Melanie was a member of the club, and so I kind of reached out and said, help. We are starting this project. It could be really cool, but we really, for it to be a success, we got to not only, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say complexities in this food truck competition, but you've got to attract food trucks, you've got to attract the community, you have to promote it, you have to attract fundraisers. There's a lot of marketing niches within this one little event, or I guess it turned into a bigger event. So we knew we needed help. We knew Melanie was involved with the club, and we knew she had marketing experience in a marketing organization. And so we reached out, and fortunately, the partnership was formed, and it's been very beneficial to the event and also the organization, our club.
Yeah, it's been great. The whole community aspect of it. Shiftology here, we're based in Springfield as well. Our CEO, Melanie Wild, is even the county commissioner in Clark County. And as you mentioned, a member of the Rotary Club herself. So community is a big part of who we are and what we do. And, as part of that, this project was something that Melanie decided that we wanted to take on as a pro bono project. Emily, what the heck does pro bono mean? And why would a business take on a pro bono project?
So a pro bono project essentially means that it is something we are doing on a volunteer basis, if you will. That does seem pretty counterproductive in terms of, we are a business, we're trying to make money, but I think it's also important, and Melanie, has instilled this in us to be able to give back to our community with our talents and expertise, which happen to be marketing. I think we were looking for a pro bono project to take on, 10 plus years ago, and this kind of came right about that time, and it's really been the perfect partnership ever since. We're helping with marketing, but in reality, that's helping our community, that's helping give back to people with disabilities and the other various charitable causes that Rotary has. So for us, it's a way to, again, give back to our community and just give our work a little deeper purpose here locally.
Technically, the definition of pro bono is services that are rendered by a professional for a free or at a lower cost. So how would we go about determining what would be considered to be pro bono? Is this something that's available for all local clients? Is it a rare thing? Is it more common than folks would think? I mean, what are the nuances about pro bono work that our listeners should know about?
Yeah, so as much as I'm sure a lot of our clients wish we would do pro bono projects for them, it does have to be a pretty particular fit. And I think it's really kind of just an open conversation you have with your team. I mean, if not everyone is passionate about it, it's hard to get people to kind of give their services for free for something they're not necessarily interested in. So again, kind of loosely related, we do a lot of work in food and agriculture. So here we are talking about a gourmet food truck competition. There are some ties here. But again, I think the big thing is that this is doing good in our community. Our work is making a true impact. And we're big on results, so we can see the impact that Rotary is making in our community from this competition. So I think at the end of the day, it just works for us. I think for any organization, you kind of just got to have that conversation with your team and making sure a project like this aligns with your business goals and your mission and your values.
And just because we're taking something on as a pro bono project or pretty much free, doesn't mean the client gets any less attention, though, does it? I mean, we treat this as the same as any other client that we have, right?
Absolutely. And, I would say it's definitely a marketing opportunity for us as well. I think we do have had some business that has come from our work with Rotary Club and the competition. So, we want to always put our best work forward, especially for such a meaningful event like this to our community.
Eddie, so you talked about all these little pieces and parts that have to come there, all the stuff that you really didn't maybe know how to go about it at the beginning, which is why you turned to Shiftology to begin with. But what benefits have you gained from working with Shiftology on this project over the years? Like, what has been added that the Rotary could not do itself? And what's been the effect of the relationship over the years?
Well, I mean, I would say the entire marketing infrastructure, to be honest. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this was a complete, clean, empty canvas. I mean, there was nothing. We had no logos. We didn't have a marketing plan. We didn't have a social media presence. We didn't have a website. We did not have any sponsor recognition. We didn't have any collateral. We didn't have an app. I mean, you can go on and on and on and on about kind of what has been put in place as far as the foundation of the marketing. None of this we have experience or expertise or anything. And so I would say that to attribute a lot of the success to the event came from, marketing effort and volunteers and all that, and stuff that we just didn't have the capacity to do, or I didn't have the capacity to do. So no, it's been amazing. If you look at kind of everything that has come from this from a marketing standpoint, it's all because of this relationship we have. There aren't a lot of marketing people in our organization, the club, and so this has been a very important partnership for the success of this, and then ultimately the success that's driven through the community and through the various organizations that have been supported.
And you've taught us a few things along the way as well.
How ignorant we are in marketing.
No, not that. You mentioned a mobile app. We do. There's a mobile app that we prepare and push out every year for the competition that showcases the trucks, their menus, the schedule, the musical acts that you have there and stuff like that. I wasn't a mobile app developer when I was approached with that, saying, "Hey, we want to do a mobile app." So it really helped enhance our skills as well by taking on this project, saying, "Hey, we can figure that out. We can learn that." So we increased the range of services that we're able to provide. We went in depth on a topic that we didn't know anything about before, and now, I've been helping you publish this mobile app for years now out there. So if somebody turns to us and say, "Hey, can you do a mobile app with them?" We have the ability to do that, which is great. The event planning, we've done live streaming from there and stuff. So all this type of stuff that we've gained experience with as well. So Emily, what have been the added benefits that Shiftology has received? Not just those type of things, but in general, what benefits has Shiftology received from this decade-plus partnership with the Rotary?
Yeah, well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Dan. I mean, we've been able to try a lot of things that we may not necessarily have been able to try with our other clients, just because we haven't been tied to a certain scope of services. So, you mentioned the mobile app and the live streaming and all the digital ads we're running and the media relations. I mean, it's just Eddie and his team have been very, very cool about letting us try new things. We'll say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And he's always like, "Oh, that sounds great. Let's do it." So, it's kind of helping us to test some different tactics and strategies. So that's always been great. And then also just the people we've met and worked with along the way. I know I've talked to some really cool food truck owners over the years. We've gotten some spots on Living Dayton before, which is always neat to actually go to the news studio over there. So it's just, I think it's a way for us to kind of enhance our skills while still doing something valuable too.
I'll add in that we get to help out with the competition every year on the day of the event. We did go out, and Eddie's given us some nice T-shirts. I should have worn mine for the recording, but Eddie's given us some nice T-shirts. We maybe get a little bit of food, maybe get a little extra drink ticket or two. The little added benefits that just make it a nice day where our team can all get together and enjoy the event as well, which is really unique and it's fun. We're working, but it's fun work. It's one of my favorite things that we do every year. And Eddie, along those lines, I think that we have what I would consider a pretty unique client agency type of relationship here, and the fact that you pretty much give us free reign to just do the work. There's not a whole lot of oversight. You're not over our shoulder saying, "Change this, do that." No, jazz it up a little bit, whatever, those type of things that we often hear from folks. There's not multiple rounds of revisions or, no difficulties working together on that. Can you kind of speak to your willingness to work with us?
One, I've always thought that experts should do their jobs, and people that are not experts should stay away from it and stay clear, let them, do their thing. But, really it's anything's a results driven kind of business. So the first year we had the competition, like I said, it was an unknown entity. We had no idea what was going to happen. And when we started to see the food trucks come in the first year and line up, and then, it started at 11 o'clock, and at 9:30, 10 o'clock, there were patrons walking through. By 11 o'clock, you couldn't even get up and down the road. And you saw the massive success that the marketing effort and the concept had done. It, we're all of a sudden like, this is an event that this community really appreciates, that, the food trucks appreciate. That's a great fundraiser. And we're like, the word had to have spread somehow. It was definitely, teaming up with the marketing organization that helped out. And so it was so successful in year one, and the word got out so much in year one. And why would I stand in the way of what happened? So just let them do their job. And you're the experts at this. I would just get in the way, and our organization would get in the way. So we just kind of saw the success, and so let them run with it. And, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right. And we certainly appreciate that. I mean, we kind of got this thing down to a T every year. We know what's coming, where's going. We'll add a little wrinkle or two
Yeah.
every now and again to it and stuff. Like this People's Choice Award, where
Yeah.
we had this mobile voting mechanism. We had to figure that out as well. Like, okay, let's make sure it's limited to one device. How are we going to work that into the app? How are we going to notify people and do this and that? So we've added wrinkles like that over time. One year you had a big Jumbotron with a football game on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. So Emily, what other observations do you have about working within the community? You work with a lot of local clients. What do you enjoy most about that? Or what are some key takeaways or observations that you get from working with local community-based organizations versus some of the other groups that we work with?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things is a lot of my clients are they're all related somehow or supporting one another, which I always think is super cool. You know, for thinking about the food truck competition, I can look at the list of sponsors and probably pick out 4 or 5 of our other clients that are sponsoring the food truck competition. Or several of our clients are very active members of Rotary, so we see them volunteering the day of the event, which I just think is so cool. You know, Springfield is a very close knit community. So it's always nice to see how our clients are supporting one another in various ways. And I think just for our community in general, I mean, we always say this event is the must taste event of the summer, which I mean, it always amazes me how many people are there and how many people are talking about it and just the buzz around it each year. I know during our COVID year, everyone was so disappointed that the competition didn't happen that year. So it's just a testament to what the Rotary Club has built in our community. And I'm just thankful that we get to be a part of it each year.
I think one other skill we've learned over the years working with the food truck competition is how to really manage not just expectations, but to manage commentary and feedback that we receive. There's a lot of that comes through the social media channels that we have, both good and bad and off the wall sometimes here and there. But when it comes to expectations, Eddie, let's talk about this food truck competition. What can people expect? What's been accomplished over the years, and why do we keep hosting it?
I mean, what they can expect is a lot of really good food trucks. You know, hopefully a sunny day, a wonderful location. You know, we're at Veterans Park, which is just a beautiful location. So National Trails has been very kind to allow us to use that. Entertainment. So we have bands playing. This year we have a very large entertainment budget, so we can hopefully attract a very strong band that would kind of move the needle because it's our 10th anniversary of it. We have a beverage garden, so you can come down there and have drinks, and you can have if you have sodas, you can have water. But you have entertainment. You've got a great location. You've got all the food you could ever imagine. A very diverse group of food, and this is a beautiful location. So you come down there and stay all day and have a great time. We are doing this for the community. It does allow us to give back locally. So, this year we've awarded $25,000 to the Jefferson Street Oasis on top of the close to $100,000 that we annually give to the community. So we have been able to, the help of the sponsors, the help of the event day, we do sell beverages and stuff. All of that has gone into right back to this community. So it's truly a community event. I know sometimes people say, well, why aren't all the food trucks local? We are doing this to give back locally, but the idea is a competition. We want to bring into Springfield the highest quality, most diverse group of food truck. We can't get that all locally, and so we do certainly try to attract from a regional area.
Yeah, and I will say, you mentioned coming and staying all day. People do that. They look forward to this every year. It's become a staple of the community. People will pop up their tents and sit there and just take in everything all day. Like you said, typically we've had pretty good weather, but even when we've had rain, I know that amphitheater there makes a really nice slip and slide. Mm-hmm. We've seen it. People like to dive through it and have fun. So rain or shine, this thing goes on.
My kids were the slip and sliders.
Yeah, it's fun. People enjoy it. It goes from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it's usually always the third weekend of August, correct? It's August 17th this year. It truly is a wonderful event for the community. Lots of great food. If you like barbecue, brisket, there's that all over the place. I know that lots of barbecue. You got sweet treats, you got desserts, you got mac and cheese, you got unique flavors from all across the world. Boy, I wish I could try them all. We've been doing this every year, and there's just no way you can take in everything else. You just got to keep coming back every year and trying. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the trucks get to sell all their menu items full price. There's no sampling, no free samples.
Correct.
So bring your money to this thing. Make sure you're purchasing off the truck menus, but the money that comes in mainly through sponsorships, that's the money that you gather and redistribute back out, correct?
There's a lot of expenses that go into it. So we provide electricity to all the trucks, entertainment. Can't just put a bunch of food trucks out there and at no cost. So there is a cost associated with it. Sponsorship is a primary revenue source. And then event day, we do have the concession stands. We do not prohibit the trucks from selling anything. I mean, they can compete with us relative to selling beverages and, well, not non-alcoholic beverages, water, soda. They can sell all that. We provide free ice to all of them. So those are the two ways that we generate revenue: is event day, concessions, and then also sponsorship. But we have over the last 10 years raised over $300,000. It's been significantly above that on a net basis. So it's generated a great revenue stream that then goes into our foundation. And then the foundation ultimately sends it back out. We've actually developed a local projects committee and a local projects budget specifically because of how much we've been able to raise, so that we can give back a specific amount, not only just through disabilities, but to other local projects. Because we don't want to be known just as the disability, benefactor in the community. We also want to show that we do other things to support other organizations. So we've done a good job with the local projects with that as well.
Anything else from your perspective that we didn't cover?
The success of the event, if we did not have your assistance from the beginning, just because we would have never been able to market it the way it was marketed, develop the marketing infrastructure the way it has been. So it's been a really good partnership for us.
No, it's been great for us as well. Like I said, we've learned something new every year. We continue to build upon it. We look forward to it each and every year as well. So how can listeners learn more about the Rotary and or the food truck competition?
Springfield, Ohio, Rotary.org. The food truck website, actually thanks to you, has been merged in with the Rotary website. And so it's all one. And so you can go there and you can learn about the organization. You can learn about the food truck competition. You can see all the vendors that are going to be there. Obviously, all the stuff you've done. Put all the trucks online, put their menus online, see the entertainment, the ability to give. Then you can learn about the club. There's been a lot of stuff outside of the annual giving. We did at the beginning of the food truck competition a $400,000 inclusive playground at Steiner Park. We did a Gammon House project. So we've done a lot of other large projects outside of just the annual giving. A lot of it's, from this competition and the fundraising.
And I will say that springfieldfoodtruck.com will redirect straight to that page on your website as well. So you can still utilize that. You can download the mobile app. It is available for all Android and Apple devices. It's just the Springfield Food Truck app. Eddie, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate
my pleasure.
You join us for the conversation. We enjoy the relationship we have. We look forward to many years to come. And Emily, thank you for joining us as well.
Thanks for all the great stuff and all the assistance you've given to us. It's been truly meaningful and it's really been impactful.
Well, that's it for this episode of Shooting the Shift. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and learned a little bit more about pro bono work and the Springfield Rotary Gourmet Food Truck Competition. Speaking of the competition, you can visit springfieldfoodtruck.org to learn more about this year's competition on August 17th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., or you can download the Springfield Food Truck mobile app. And as always, you can find out more about us at shift-ology.com, where you can contact us for a free 30-minute discovery meeting to learn more about our services and what we can provide. On behalf of the entire gang here at Shiftology Communication, I'm Dan Tolan, saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Shooting the Shift.